Okay, you guys, you see we got something new in the studio today. This is, you see what it says in the background, Cherudim GUNDAM. I'm pronouncing that correctly. But correctly, you have to do what you have to. Because I got my GUNDAM. Do you have yours? Now, let's get this guy stand up. First things first, is we talk about its posability. Now, we got a lot of moving parts, some parts that I really didn't expect to be moving. For instance, these are the feet. Feet go left, right at the little ankle, or it has like a double ankle, or I don't know, ankle shin. So this is the actual foot. The foot is really strange looking. And here is the little clamp down. It has these little clamp downs on the feet, which actually help you keep it standing in certain poses. Which I don't see how that helps in space, but whatever. I guess you could use it to clamp down an enemy ship and then fire, or runaway asteroid and land on it. So that's the foot. Oh, and this part also goes back and forth. So that's that. And you got the legs. The leg is rather posable. Notice I actually have to lift the side skirt up. So that's a pretty decent amount of posability out of that leg. That's more than 90-degree bend at the knee. See, it bends there, and then it bends at the top. And then you could take these little shield bits off. I'm going to show you what you could do with them later. And also the little knee comes out. But it's kind of tricky getting it to do that. And the leg, this is how far the leg comes out. So it comes out pretty far. It goes also goes back pretty far too. Well, okay, not too far. So you got the front skirt, which moves. You got this piece. This thing, all it does is, typical side skirt of the mobile suit. And it does go backwards and forward a little bit. And then you got the back piece. Now this is actually covered in a bunch of shield bits. I'm actually going to show you what it looks like when you take all the shield bits off. Now in the waist. Let's take a look at this waist. Okay, get that zoom in. There you go. Now waist goes backwards, forwards, and it goes side, left and right. And you even do get a little bit of twist at the hips. So pretty decent amount of posability. And the body and the arms, as you see, you got these little shoulder guards. And you got this thing. Now what this thing does is it actually does the same thing on both shoulders. This moves forward, it moves backwards, or if you want to, you could actually push it in. But if you push it in, you can't do any movement of the actual part, so it's just stuck as is. So let's just show you how far the arm comes out. Now, since this arm is on a bit of a ball joint, It goes up that far. I think I can make it go there. You actually got, so it goes 90 degrees out. Pretty decent amount of posability. And like, since there's nothing in the way, your arms can do a full 360 degree rotation. And you can, probably shouldn't do this with a gun hand. In fact, let me do this with this hand. And below the shoulder, it does do the twist. But it's pretty on the stiff side. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to show you at the elbow. So, might have to go back to this arm. In fact, I'll just take this gun out and take the arm off too. I can do that. And that usually does not happen. Now your elbow. I'm trying to show you because this little piece is in the way. Your elbow, it is actually a double joint, so you get more than 90 degrees. It's not like my Hazel Gundam, which the hand can actually touch the shoulder, and you do get a little bit more posability in the elbow part near the forearm. And then let's talk about the head. The head is great. You could literally spin it 360 degrees and not touch anything. Now I do have, and then there's these things on the back. Now the head movement practically becomes zero when you have these things down. And then they come out like that. And let me get to the piece that goes along with it. My little parts bag, little Ziploc bag full of Gundam parts. And then this accessory sticks into these little holes right here. So that I can get in, and boom, got yourself a nice little targeting system for the Gundam, because he's locked on and he's going to fire on the ass. So this is one little piece. That's why I do keep parts bags for these guys. Now I'm going to strip him of all his shield bits to show you what he looks like bitless. Because he actually does have a different look to him when he don't have the shield bits on. You got quite a lot of these. So how many do we take off? We got 4 taken off right now. And looks like we're about to take a couple more off. Oh, another thing, I go about the pill. Then you got, oh, this guy right here. Now I think this is actually the GN drive on its butt. I mean, not to be like immature or anything, but yeah, it's on his butt. And you also got his shield bits. Oh man, I don't know what's going on. I think the heat must have got some of my kits, because some of my kits lately have been tight, usually in spots where they're usually loose. And that's the mobile suit. Now he has a lot of junk in the trunk, as you see. Got that little thing hanging down. He probably would have been, and you actually could move this up fairly high when you don't have the shield bits at the bottom. And then you got these things. Actually, these things do, retract their little targeting thingies. Actually, not really a fan of that. I'm not a fan. Now, you can actually pry these two apart, and then you can redo his thrusters. Now, there's actually two versions of this mobile suit. Like I said in previous videos, this is, what year is this made? This is a 2008 mobile suit kit. 2008. So you got the little back boosters that move, but they really don't move that much as I wish they would move. Second. No. Like, and they look like you could move them sideways, but you can't because there's a little molding right here. Yeah, that looks like you could almost move it sideways, but well, honestly, I built this, so yeah, I should be something like that. I should remember offhand. And then you gotta try and get the little pieces back in because there's a little tab in there. Okay, now I got it back in the tab. Now we are going to let's play around with some accessories. Oh, you also get this thing right here. And one thing I noticed, you could actually take some of these guys and actually put them, say, for instance, right here. Take this guy right there. And you could take a shield bit. As soon as it... Oh my god, why is this doing this to me right now? Okay. Now see, here's what it looks like. You took one of those clear bits and you actually threw it onto the kit. So you could kind of play around with it. There's so many different options you could do with these shield bit thingies. Another thing you could do, stick him back there. Take these little guys. You get, apparently, you get these, the long ones, and then you get the Y-shaped ones. So you get two of these and two of these. So let's deck the halls with halls of Gundam. I think, where should I put that? Should I do it like this? Yeah, this is definitely going to make this video a little bit longer. That's okay. That is okay. So I'll take that shield bit there. And put a... I think you're supposed to take one of these upside down. Another one upside down. Okay. What am I supposed to do on the side? Alrighty then. And that is a full coverage shield bit system. It does become a little front heavy because, as you see, it does want to top that way. You see, it's pretty decent stand when you got the table for it. Then you get these two little guys. One of the things I do like about these little guys, you could hang them on the back like that, and you could actually still do a pose where he reaches up for it. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is the wrists. There's some posability down in the wrist right here, just a little bit, just good enough for it to do what it's going to do now. Extend that. This is going to look so cool if I was able to pull it off. And then you just pull the little sucker forward. Now, once again, this is another one where the hand or the gun is a little bit loose in the hands. But no problem. Just get a bigger gun. I'm going to put this right here for now. In fact, hold on. Let me show him dual wielding. Oh man, this video is coming long. That's him dual wielding. And then you got his little trick gun. Now in the show, it doesn't. Now I wish they would have made a mechanism that actually took advantage of this little shape right here, but they didn't. And another thing is, yes, you could actually attach the gun to his shoulder, like so. Now I'm not going to attach it right now because it's really hard to get him off. So what you do is you push that in if you want it to stay. When you want it to pull out, pull that out like that, and then attach it. One thing I like to say is his arm, his gun, man, this thing is huge. It's almost as tall as the mobile suit itself. It's a huge gun. Half the man's size. And they actually did do a pretty decent job. It doesn't come past the elbow and get in the way. You see he looks just beautiful with his little gun. His big oversized gun in his hand. Well, actually it's not oversized because he's got some pretty good range on his mother. And he doesn't have, you think he would have a lot of weight issues with a gun like that in his hand, but he really doesn't. There's very little weight issues with this. Anything, I would say the arm's a little too stiff, but if you play with this a lot and pose it, yeah, it's not going to be a problem anymore. See, look at that. So his arm, they did a really good job of doing this gun. It's a little loose. It does pop out from here, but you can't hold them upside down. So as you see in some other mobile suits that I have, some of the parts will fall out. Even his handgun didn't come out. Mainly because, and it does have this thing where you can actually leave it halfway in and you can actually redo a pose with it. Or you could just shove it all the way in. You don't have to shove it all the way in unless you don't want the thing to fall out. Now, I really don't like leaving his gun out. And as you see, this is how I handle it when I start the video off. So that is the Cherudim Gundam. Oh, another thing I meant to show you. You can also stick his gun in like this. Now, actually, this is the way he had his gun held when he was in, I think it was the last episode, 00. He actually had his gun like that, and then he went to Trans Am, reached back for it. As you see, he actually can reach back for that. That is all possible. But personally, I like guns up because it gives it that I got a beam saber look. And I think, matter of fact, I think this guy did have a beam saber on the show. Not too sure because there's a couple of versions of this mobile suit. There's one where he had a big shoulder-mounted cannon on his right shoulder. But that is the Cherudim Gundam for you guys. Oh, don't he look beautiful holding that gun in his hand? And it's like, oh snap! Oh, he's turned around. Oh snap! Hold on a second. I'm making a sound effect, so I don't even got anything ready. He's like, oh, where'd he go? And then this guy shows up from behind. Bing. And all he hits is his shield bits. Yeah, buddy. He's like, man, that's cheating. Funnels is cheating. AKA funnels. AKA shield bits. So that is basically all the accessories you get with this guy. And one thing I do like about this guy, you can have all of his accessories with him without having too many sitting on the side. Well, this video is kind of lengthy, so I'm going to tell you guys what I always like to tell you guys. Click like, hit that subscribe button down there, and I'll see you on the next video.